Sickle cell disease is a genetically transmitted disorder where a person inherits two abnormal hemoglobins. So sickle cell anemia, they inherit two of the same abnormal hemoglobins, hemoglobin S. And for other forms of sickle cell disease, they inherit hemoglobin S and some other abnormal hemoglobin such as C, D, or beta thalassemia.
People with sickle cell trait don't really have any observable symptoms of sickle cell disease. When they get to be older, they can have some problems with their sickle cell trait, but generally speaking, they're very healthy.
Well, at 19, when my son was born, it was at that point when I found out that I actually had sickle cell. As a child growing up, I had a number of pain episodes, monthly. About every month or so, I would experience a lot of pain, abdominal pain, pain in my arms and my legs. And my grandmother would just rub my arms or my legs to help me deal with it. It wasn't a situation where I was going to the hospital or anything like that. It was just home remedies that a Southern grandmother, administered to her granddaughter.
Come from all over the world actually, and all over the country for a bone marrow transplant because we specialize in sickle cell disease. So those patients do very well. 80% of the time they're cured completely, and about 95 to 98% of the time they survive the transplant. It's a big deal, and some small percentage of children die from infections during that procedure.
People with sickle cell disease have to focus on a quality, healthy lifestyle. They have to drink a lot of water, eat healthy foods, learn how to deal with stress, get enough rest. And if you know someone with sickle cell disease, then it might be good for you to encourage them to do those things and be an example yourself by doing all those things. This can help everyone if we lead a better, more healthy lifestyle. There are other medications that are being studied right now, but still, transfusions are one of the best options that are available, but they have their own side effects. Hydroxyurea is an excellent option right now.
People can donate blood either at one of our centers, as you mentioned, or at one of our community-sponsored blood drives, which we hold throughout the Bay Area. The blood donation process, the entire process, is from 45 minutes to an hour. It's a 4-step process. The first step of the process is filling out the history form. And I tend to break it into 15-minute quadrants, but it doesn't necessarily take that long. So once the donor has filled out the questionnaire, the next step, they have an interview with the RN or the phlebotomist, the person who takes the blood. They get a mini physical. At that time, they check their blood pressure level, they check their iron level, and just what we do, we ensure that no one donates blood unless they're able to, unless we won't compromise the health of the donor. The third step of the blood donation process is the actual blood donation. That takes anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes. It just depends on how quickly the blood flows from that individual. The final part of the process is when you sit in the canteen area and we fill you full of snacks and juices to get your blood sugar level back up.
After I get my transfusion, I'm ready to go. Let's go do something.
It just made all the difference in the world, for me.
In the state of California, 16-year-olds can donate with written parental consent. 17-year-olds can donate on their own. And of course, anyone older than that can donate. Eligibility is determined by a number of questions that's on that donor history form. Anyone who meets the eligibility guidelines that talk about everything from where they've traveled to other questions like that, then if they meet those guidelines, then they're able to donate blood.
African Americans have some very rare blood types, and so not every donor who's a Caucasian or Asian can be a donor for sickle cell patients. The most likely person to be compatible with a patient with sickle cell disease is another African American, because what we call the phenotypes or the genotypes are very rare.
Every 3 seconds someone needs blood, and the need is great and ongoing. It takes nothing more than your time and your commitment to save a life. Each donation potentially allows someone to save 3 lives. They can visit our website at www.bloodcenters.org and go to blood donation and schedule a blood appointment.
I would just encourage everybody to give blood. If you can give. Do that. And just be very positive and supportive of other people that are around you that may need that kind of help or support.
I would encourage every African American and everybody who's watching this to be a blood donor. You can donate blood every 2 months if you are so inclined, or 2 or 3 times a year. I'm a blood donor. I've been donating blood since about the beginning of the 70s, and I can tell you it's very rewarding experience.
I would like to say to people that can give blood if you can give blood, because blood is free and you can be saving someone's life. And for the people who give blood already, I just want to say thank you, because without you I wouldn't be here right now.
There are other medications that are being studied right now, but still transfusions are one of the best options that are available.